Hello, I just wanted to share something that has been dropping in, and it's about the horse energy with the year of the horse and our vehicles, our modes of transport. And we'll look at it in a couple of different ways, one being our cars. And I don't know what has been happening in your world. We've got the ever increasing fuel prices here in Perth, and it's really just again another opportunity to look at this message that's been coming through because it came through last month for me in terms of song, and it was the Swing Low, Sweet Chariot song, and it was about the chariot, the horse being our chariot, whether it's the car that we are driving or whether we are being driven somewhere, and where are we going on, and are we enjoying the ride, or do we need to maybe take back the reins, or do we need to change direction? And you may have seen my other videos talking about the horse energy where I share that um, there was like this Mario Kart analogy of the momentum of the horse as well as the alignment. So you've got the speed of the horse energy coming through. And then when you hit those rainbow speed tracks, then as long as you're in alignment, you're going to go straight through and you're going to get to where you're going faster. And so it's really something that we're able to tap into this year. But that's where the alignment is needed because you're going to want to be going faster to where it is that you actually need to go, not off in another direction. And one thing with the vehicles is I'm aware of many people having issues with their cars for all sorts of different reasons, and wondering, what is there a message there, or is it, overthinking things or trying to find messages where there are none? But it really feels like there is no coincidence with hearing all these different stories, and we've gone through it ourselves as well. And one of the recent ones was an airbag issue. And so it's like, well, what is that trying to draw attention to? And it comes down to safety. And then another one was about hoses, and that got me really thinking about connections. So, what are you connecting to? Are those connections healthy? Do they need to be strengthened with something else? Are you like, yeah, needing to work on the relationship some more and strengthen that relationship, that bond, that however the connection is there. So, and that could be, yeah, whether it's romantic relationships or parent-child relationships as well. And the other thing, I guess, with the fuel increase is really looking at consumption. So, what is it that you are consuming? Because a lot of people are complaining that obviously with the price of the fuel going up, but also feeling like it's not going as far as it used to go. So, are they diluting it? And then what damage is that going to be doing to their vehicle? And feeling that's unjust because they're still paying their money, so they're expecting to be getting what they are paying for. But if it's being diluted and they're not being told about that, then where's that honesty, that transparency, that integrity? So the big thing that I guess that was coming through that I wanted to allude to, because I'm still, I guess, gauging if I like where I stand on it, is people have been talking about there being a timeline split and or a shift, and that some people are going to be on this higher timeline and like some people are not, and that it's a collective one. And I was wondering this week, with how quiet the cars are, with less people making the choice not to drive, and whether that's out of, you know, maybe there is no choice because they don't have the money to be spending on fuel, or maybe they are just trying to be more conscious of their spending and finding that how there's less people on the roads. And what could that signify? Could it be that it's a gentle way for our nervous systems to feel that adjustment into this higher timeline so that we don't feel like we've left anyone behind? Because I know that's a concern of mine. Like I really feel like I'm here to stay connected to the masses, but then does that mean I have to stay in the lower grids? Because I have made many shifts from scarcity and lack, and being, yeah, removing myself from those programs, yet still knowing that as I move through the different dimensions, the 5D, and then back down again, like I'm helping strengthen that connection so it will be an easier transition. I know for those in my etheric circle, when we do have moments in our journeys where we do get to connect into 5D Earth, New Earth, whatever you want to call it, that it's just so beautiful, so pristine, and so blissful. And then that coming back into this plane, whether it's in the 3D or the 4D, it's still knowing it's not what we just experienced and having to come to terms with that. But knowing that the more we make that transition, the more we're seeing what we need to work on ourselves, because we don't want to be bringing any wounds that we may still be holding within ourselves, any trauma, any inversions. We want to keep that space beautiful and I was going to say pure, but it's not like it's less than or anything like that. So I don't want the word like purity to be skewed in that sense, but it's just knowing that we need to leave a lot of things behind so that we can make that shift and enjoy where we are going, and with no judgment, just with compassion and with love. And and so if we come back to the vehicle, our bodies are the vehicle that we are in this present moment in time. And how are you looking after your body? Whether it's looking at how you're moving your body, whether it's looking at what you are feeding your body, whether it's, yeah, as in the foods or the liquids, and also how are you looking after your body emotionally? Are your emotional needs met? Are you expressing your emotional needs? What about your mental body? What is the state of your headspace like, and the thoughts that are running through your head? Are you able to keep the negative thoughts at bay, or are you even able to shift out of that negative mindset and stay in the positive mindset, so it doesn't even become a thing? And then looking at the beliefs, and like, and we can keep moving through those different layers, but really it's about being aware of where you could be making some improvements to really be honoring this body that you are in. And maybe that's where it starts to actually love and accept this body that you're in, because so many are, resisting it, rejecting it, and that creates this internal dysfunction just simply with that. And that could very may be the baseline for everything. So the more you're able to love and accept and honor your body, treat your body like the altar or the temple, and have every day, every moment be a ceremony of connecting back in. The more you're able to do that, then the more you will find some other things that are able to shift out of your way. And it's almost like coming back to the car, of having the car, keeping it clean, having the regular services, and maybe if there's any modifications that you want or need to have done. And that was something that actually came up. I've got actually a couple of stories with some clients. One of them was very it was very cute how she expressed it, that she felt like she had come in and she had all of these bags, this baggage that I was able to take off her hands, take her car, take her kids, and so she could actually just spend some time at the shops and just not even go and buy something, but just to browse and just have a look and see what else is out there. And then when she came back, I had like the choice of like, do you want your stuff back or not? And she could choose what she wanted to do in that moment. And that was a really fun and beautiful way to look at it. And then I had another client who was very into cars and was helping explain to me how um, the electric cars work as opposed to the um, I'll just say normal cars. I don't even know what the difference is there. Um, and that really got me looking at the whole feminine and masculine currents in a whole different way, and how in many sessions I'm helping people come back into their own inner divine union, and how there's this magnetic force within us, and that we can allow that magnet to just beautifully run the way that it's meant to. And so then there's that resistance between the masculine and the feminine, that they can just work beautifully with each other. And the other one was feeling like I was under the hood and tinkering away and having a look to see what needed to be done, what parts needed to be changed and upgraded. And it was like I'm not really much of a car person, but it was really interesting to look at it that way. And and I guess it's got me thinking, are you in maintenance mode, or are you running on empty, or are you supercharged? Like, what if you had to identify with a car, like how would you describe yourself? How would you describe the way your energy moves through your body, or the way your body looks? And and then again, coming back to consumption, like going beyond the the different bodies that I spoke to before, what else are you consuming? So whether it's in other relationships, whether it's attachments to people and feeding off of that, whether it's drama or gossiping, or whether it's like the music that you're listening to, or the shows that you're watching, movies, content, whether it's on like TV, the cinemas, or um, on your device, what is coming through, and is that feeding your brain, or is it, shortening your attention span? And I guess, part of that dumbing down of society that is happening. And then that brings me to AI, and there's studies coming out about the lack of cognitive function that is being shown from people that are using AI regularly, because of not like losing that ability to be thinking for yourself. So I'm not saying you don't have to use AI. I'm still gauging where I sit on that fence, but maybe it's looking at how you are using it. Are you off like outsourcing everything to AI, or are you coming with your own creative ideas and then asking for assistance, just getting a helping hand here and there? So there's some things to think about there. And so I guess a lot of what I'm asking you to look at what you're consuming is less on the physical plane and more on the digital front. So yeah, just and maybe that's similar to the different types of cars, with the electric and the good old normal cars. So I think that is where I will leave it. I um will, I guess, suppose end it with a final question. If you do believe in the timeline split and just ask the question, which timeline do you think you're on? Which are you able to switch timelines? Are you aware that it is in your own ability to do that? And you can make that conscious choice when you want to, when you're ready to. So I would love to hear what your decision is, what your choice is, what your thoughts are. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. So please like and subscribe, and I will be back with more. Bye for now.